Encourage, engage, empower, equip. The 4 E's that, in my opinion, are so valuable. Hello and welcome to Pillars of Wealth Creation, where we talk about creating financial success with a special focus on business and real estate. I'm your host, Todd Dexheimer. Now, let's get to it. Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Todd Dexheimer, and want to talk about something that has been on my mind here. So at our church, the theme has been encourage, engage, empower, and equip. And what we learn in church oftentimes can be applied, hopefully, actually, all the time can be applied in your daily life. And actually, I read the Bible quite a bit. And when sometimes I read the Bible and I feel like you get nothing out of it. Other times, though, I read the Bible and I get a lot out of it, and I feel like it actually gives me lessons that I can apply to my daily life. And same thing with church. I mean, there's some sermons that I go to that I didn't really catch much of it. Maybe I was distracted. Maybe it just wasn't a great sermon. Maybe it didn't apply to me that day. Um, whatever it might be, but a lot of times I go and I grab some good things out of it, some bits and pieces, and that I can apply to not only my relationships and my daily life, and but I can apply to my business as well. And so this encourage and engage, empower, equip can be used in both daily life and in your business life. And so, when we break this down into those four and we look at the first one as encourage, I mean, first of all, you can look at that personally and say, you got to encourage yourself, right? You've got to make sure that you are staying in a positive mindset, that you are staying, that you encourage your vision, your dreams, that you're encouraging yourself to continue to move forward. So it can be used personally as well, and then it can also be used with other people. And when I look at our businesses and the the positive things that happen in our businesses is when we're having an encouraging mindset, when we are encouraging each other to continue to move forward and hey, look, man. So it's been tough. When I look at the acquisition side, it's been tough lately. We haven't had a lot of deals that have gone through. In 2023, we closed on one deal. So we closed on a deal in 2022, and that was in the fall of 2022. We didn't close another deal until May of 23. So, not a huge amount of time, but a decent amount, more than what we'd like. And then we didn't close on another deal until September of 2024. That's a very long time, way more than what we'd like to see. Now, what happened after that is we closed on another deal in December, and we're going to be closing on another deal here coming up fairly soon. So, through that time, it was easy to get discouraged. It was easy to say, man, we got to pivot what we're doing. We can't buy multifamily anymore. We can't get deals. It would have been easy to do that and to give up, but we continue to encourage ourselves. We continue to encourage each other. We continue to encourage our underwriter. We continue to push on, and we had to, stay the course in order to get these deals that we just now have been closing on. And now it's exciting because, over the last couple months or the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, we've added three, or adding, I guess the one hasn't been, so knock on wood that one closes. But, we'll have three more great assets in our portfolio. And quite frankly, these are some of the deals I'm the most excited about. I think they're phenomenal deals. One is a brand new build, cash flowing really well. Another one's an older asset, but extremely good cash flow with a great interest rate. We were able to assume debt. So those two are huge wins. And then the third one is a massive value add and just an amazing location. We're super excited about it. And so these deals came through a lot of, I guess, we could have a lot of time where we could have given up, right? We could have given up, but we continue to encourage each other. And I look at too is like my assisted living business. That was really tough there for during COVID for a long time. It was really tough. We had to encourage our employees. We had to continue to push on and to move forward and encourage each other because it was really tough, and we were having a tough time filling beds. We were having a tough time with the rates we were getting, with the rise in expenses. So we had to really be encouraging in order to continue to push on. Otherwise, it would have been easy just to give up on those assets. And now we're seeing really the fruit of our labor, right? The results are starting to come in, and some of our portfolios is just absolutely crushing it. Other part of our portfolio is starting to do really, really well, and we're getting to a point where we're saying, "Man, I I'm we're so excited about the future and where it is." So it was that encouragement that really helped us get through there. And it was not only encouraging each other, but encouraging our staff. Our staff can see that, man, it's really tough to get residents in. It's really tough with all this COVID, new rules, new regulations, like things they have to think about. Like that's tough. And so you have to encourage them to continue to move forward, to do good things. So then the next thing is engage. And again, this can be used personally. Like you have to be engaged yourself. If that's a mindset, you have to make sure you're engaging with the business, engaging with your mindset, with kind of how you think and how you act. You have to be able to engage with your employees. If you have employees, you have to be able to engage with clients. If you have clients, customers, investors, everybody that rely on for success. You have to be able to engage in a way that makes them feel connected, makes them feel like they're being taken care of, communicated with well, encouraged, all that kind of stuff. So engaging, not only engaging personally, right, within the business and within your mindset and that type of stuff, but engaging then with others and engaging with, even as simple as engaging with the market as far as multifamily, like in our businesses. Look, we're engaging with brokers, with lenders, with owners. If we're not engaging, then we're not able to get out there and actually purchase the assets we're looking to purchase. And so I was just at a real estate conference there, engaged with a lot of people, and you build relationships and you get to know people, and people want to do business with you. You want to do business with them. Those are connections that then create new connections. And so engagement is huge part of your success in your business. The next thing is empower, and empower is, man, is so powerful. You need to empower yourself. And one of the things that I feel like I lacked when I first started this journey was my confidence, and my confidence, and really, especially confidence in front of people. Okay. So for me, I'm naturally, I would say naturally fairly introverted. And until I know somebody, then I'm pretty extroverted, but I'm naturally kind of introverted. And so for me, like I had to empower myself. I had to to really encourage myself and empower myself to be able to get out there and be in front of people and, engage with them. Empower is allowing you to take the control. It's allowing you, and quite frankly, it's not always allowing you to take the control. Sometimes it's allowing you to give control up as well. And so I think there's an important distinction. It's not always about you taking control. It's not about you getting the power. It's about somebody else getting the power as well. So, and that's a big part as I look at my business and how it's grown. When I first started, I was doing most of the stuff. I was doing most of the work. And so I didn't empower anybody. I was empowering myself to do the work, to getting it done. I was hustling really hard. But then as my business grew, I realized that if I wanted to actually grow, I truly have to empower other people to do the things I need them to do in order for my business to grow. And so now, we've got a lot of people that are involved in the business. And in my assisted living business, I have, several hundred employees. I've got people that are essentially running it. We've empowered them to be able to make the important decisions. I mean, these are very important decisions. We've given them the authority to do that and to be able to basically be running the day to day every single day at these locations. And there's a lot of employees they're in charge of, and so we're empowering them to be able to do it. We're encouraging them to be able to take control, right? But we're also engaging with them. And the last E, which I'll jump into a second, but we're equipping them with the skills, the tools, the finances that are necessary for them to be successful. So when it's easy to hire an employee and basically not empower them to do it for them, to continue to, just micromanage. So the challenge is, can you hire people and empower them to be able to make the decisions, to be able to actually like, hey, like this is on you. And one of the things, we're trying to do and continue to do with all of our employees is I want you to make the decisions. Like my acquisitions manager, like I want him to go out there to underwrite these deals, to make the decisions on what deals make sense. Now, ultimately, we're going to have the final say on it, but I want him to feel encouraged and empowered and equipped to be able to say, this is the deal you guys should be buying, and knowing that if he gives us the green light on a deal, it's likely a deal we're going to do, right? And so I want him to feel that confidence to be able to do that. So go out there and build relationships with brokers, knowing that what we want to purchase. You got to know that, right? And you understand it. But we want to give you the power to be able to go out there and build the relationships. We want you to have the power to look at the deal, to underwrite the deal, to get there physically, and then to say, this is a deal that we're going to buy and at this price, and know that, yes, as owners, we're going to say, yeah, absolutely. Like, this is a great deal. Thanks for finding it. So again, we want to give them a lot of control. And I think that's really important, and really sometimes difficult to give your employees a ton of control. But in my opinion, you have to empower people in order to have massive success. You have to empower yourself too in order to have big success, but you have to empower other people. That's so important. And the last one is equip. Look, if you're equipped with the knowledge, if you're equipped with the skills, if you're equipped with the tools necessary, the finances necessary, you're going to go a long ways. And so we look at, when you look at your own self personally, equip yourself by the education that you receive, right? You got to go out there, you got to read the books, you got to do the things, you got to talk to the right people, you got to engage with the right people. And then you become equipped, and you've got to actually take action. That's a big part of equipping yourself, is actually taking action and doing the things, and you are now allowing yourself the ability to succeed, right? And then equipping other people. I already kind of mentioned it, talked about it, but you've got to give the people the right tools. So when I first started, one of my first deals bigger deals, larger deals, that I had on-site staff on. I had a management company that did not empower or equip my staff. And they struggled. We struggled. So we own these 2 properties that they were managing, and we just weren't doing great. Our occupancy was low. Our rents weren't where they should be. Just things weren't going as well as we needed. And I actually had a conversation. I was feeling like I needed to make a change with the management company. I had when we first purchased to at that point in time, I think I burned through like 5 or 6 on-site people, and we kept on burning through these on-site people. And the first couple, it's like, okay, I get it. You got an excuse, got a reason for we need to move on from this person to the next person, and all of a sudden it goes, okay, is this a person problem? Or is this a leadership problem? We continue to move on to people. And so I was starting deeper conversations with some of the on-site staff there and trying to dig in. And what I found is they weren't being empowered and they weren't being equipped at all. And so there wasn't any training. They were just kind of thrown there to the wolves, right? They're just kind of thrown there and said, go now. So I guess they were being empowered in a way, but that's, in my opinion, that's not really empowerment. That's just neglect, right? So they were just expected to do their job, but they didn't know the job that they needed to do. They didn't have any tools, or they weren't equipped properly. And so when I fired that management company and I hired a new management company on, that management company, one of the reasons I made that decision is because that management company had a lot of internal training that they did with their staff, and they had a very engaged regional manager who was equipping them all the time and engaging with them and encouraging them. And so what I found is very quickly, we got our occupancy up to 95%. We brought our rents up much closer to market. We were able to improve the net operating income from, at the time, it was, basically zero. I think we were making a few dollars, but we weren't making much, to now creating a nice positive net operating income that we were able to, be able to sell those properties for a really nice profit. So I saw it firsthand how equipping people with the right tools can make a massive difference. And we've seen the same thing in our assisted living business. We see it all the time in our businesses, that when we equip people with all the tools necessary to be successful, train them, not just have the tools there. There's a big difference between having the tools there and training and teaching them how to use the tools, and then giving them the empowerment to utilize those tools to the best of their ability, the tool's abilities and that person's abilities, and then encouraging them and engaging with them to continue to build that confidence so they're successful. So encourage, engage, empower, equip. The 4 E's that, in my opinion, are so valuable. We're talking about it in church. We're talking about how we can do that in church, how we can encourage each other in church, how we can encourage each other to grow our faith and to engage with each other and to empower each other and equip each other. And so how can we do that as a church community? How can we do that as Christians? How can we be better ourselves? And the same thing applies in our personal life, in our business life. We can empower, encourage, equip, engage each other to be better as a company, personally, faithfully, all that kind of stuff. So that's all I got for today. You have a fantastic rest of the day. Make every day Saturday. Hey, thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you being a loyal listener. I would love to have you go on to our Facebook page and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, go on to iTunes or wherever you listen and give us a rating and review. Don't forget to subscribe. Your rating and review just helps us push this out to more and more people and continue to grow our audience and hopefully positively affect a ton of people out there that really need this and want this. So the other thing I've got for you is a free ebook on my website. So go on to venturedproperties.com, venturedproperties.com,
and download our free ebook on real estate and on syndication. And I've got some data points in there, some really good stuff for you. So I'd love to have you take a look at that. It's free. I'm not expecting anything from it. And also, look, if you want some help in multifamily, want some help learning, growing, getting your business off the ground, I would love to talk to you about what it would look like to work with me potentially and see if that's a good fit. So you can go to coachwithdex.com and check that out. And we can definitely have a call. Thanks a lot for listening. You make it a fantastic rest of the day. I'll catch you on the next episode.